Welcome back to a 55 video. Look what finally came, our little vents. So that's going to be part of today. We got to get these off, and still haven't got a solution here. We're being told one thing by somebody and we're measuring a different thing. So, you know, we'll find a solution. We don't have it yet, but these are going to come back off because I got to drill this out on this one. And that one's already drilled, but I bet I got to do a little bit of modifying. So we'll get cracking on that. First cover off. We've got our little guy apart, so you can see how that works. It's a big O-ring, and luckily the hole that was already cut in this one, looks like that O-ring is going to fit pretty nice. So that's going to work out good. So we'll go ahead, get that threaded on. It does have a little set screw on it, and that's kind of nice, so you know it won't back off, and drop that into your motor. Okay, we've got that installed. It's the Extra Deluxe Large, it turns out. Look how nice that is. I'm actually pretty happy with it being buried down in here. Just a little more control of the oil spray, and that's going to work pretty slick. And look at all those chips. Well, look at that. We drilled a nice hole. Pretty happy about that. Now let's go put it on. There. So that's that one. Although that one's going in to see Clinton because he wants to get the orange in here and on here. And it'd be better if Clinton had a piece to look at. So before we put that one back on, he'll take that one with. And this one will just sit here on guide pins. Okay, so we're slowly getting this apart because that's going in for the orange on the powder coating. He's looking for hardware with a captive head. I don't like these floating washers like we had, because then you'll be doing that under here and you'll drop a washer and it'll be a nightmare. So we've got our sample. We got that guy off. We're getting that ready because, you know, having all that stuff on top match sure will look sharp. Okay, so this one's installed. Look how nice that holds the wires up out of the way. We're real happy about that. That should drastically reduce burnt wires. This side, we'll wait until the powder coating's done. But we'll put that on. It'll be good. I know, those came out so nice. Oh, yeah, and those are the clamps that we're trying. We got the one, let me try to get in here. Maybe you guys can see that there's the one down there. Yep. So we're getting there. Just like that. He had a plastic plug here he couldn't get out, and 2 seconds with that, boom, popped her out. Example of why we check everything. The threaded rods that come with it, little short. You get like 2 threads, and that's a lot of metal to be trussed into 2 threads. So we gotta dig around and find a couple pieces all thread. There. So 3.5 inch on the all thread was a good length for the snipers with these particular air cleaners. So, and you can see how this works. You know, these adjustable plates mount to your carbs at whatever spacing they're at, and then whatever hat you've bought, then, you know, screws go up through it and slot in. So makes it nice, makes it fit no matter what the intake setup is. It's gonna work out good. In an episode of Deja Vu, I was just handed some seat tracks. And it's time to start playing that game. So he's getting set up. He's going to go get a seat. They've never been in the car, so we got to figure out what's going on here. This car is getting manual seat adjusters. So I'm told these are the ones that fit the 96 Impala seats that he's got. But I can tell you, they're you know, you can see that's what that wants to be. So we're going to start with, let's just get a seat, get the tracks on it, put it on the floor, and see what's what. Because this looks an awful lot like the same structure you see in F-bodies. Okay, so here's the passenger seat with the factory rails on it. Looks like they're going to be pretty much flat. So let me get her flipped over and we'll take a few measurements. It looks like it was intended for those to lay flat. So the donor car's floor is flat at that point. raised slightly higher in the front, and that seems to give a pretty comfortable sitting angle. So how on earth do we replicate this in this car? We'll see. So that's a little high. I just sat in there. The distance forward is pretty good. I think we're actually going to use this hole as a loose reference for forward, because there's plenty of room going back, I'm hoping. Now, we haven't centered the seats or anything, which hopefully they go in a little bit, because you can see this seat isn't even back very much. And, you know, hoping to drop her about, oh God, 3 inches. I'm not sure what we're going to do about seat tracks yet. 3 things at a time. But I'm going to go sit in a 57 and feel what feels like a natural height, because this feels really high. This is the dilemma we are definitely facing. This floor is not friendly to doing this. So what I think we're going to do is see what other GM tracks are available that we can base this on, and what aftermarket tracks are available. The one nice thing is it is 14-inch center to center. So, and then the width obviously wouldn't even matter. So we'll go from there. There's a solution. We just got to find it. But we're probably going to be doing a little welding. So some Dynamat may come back up. But, you know, wouldn't be the first time that's ever happened. Like I said, there's an awful lot of deja vu going on here. Well, this is going to be the close of another video where I know it never looks like anything happened. But we've been here for hours. We did work on 2 other things, but they didn't take very long. The height of this seat is not going to be what we can live with. We just can't. And like I said in the previous segment, we don't see a realistic way to modify these seat tracks. So we're going to start looking about, seeing what we can find, because I'd really like to see that seat, God, 3.5 inches lower than it is right now, if not 4 inches lower. You know, we do know that width-wise, because the center or the driver's seat has the armrest on it, we do know this seat tucks in a little further, which is good because, you know, that's real and it's sharp. So, no, we'll keep plugging away at it, and you know, we're pretty happy with how those actually fit. I'm actually surprised at how good a quality these are. They're really nicely cast. So you never know. Every now and then you find somebody still takes pride in their bloody work and sells you something that actually just fits and works. It's getting rare. And we are pretty happy with these fittings that we got. Having that little breather hole in the bottom in that screen. I don't know where the other cover went. It's not here. Okay, I was going to show you on the other cover, but I don't know where it is now. It was in the car. So, what you can see down there, that'll help with oil control, because it's not a straight shot in there. There's a baffle built in the bottom. And then the fact that we got it sunk into the cover's casting, that really helps. So, alright. With any luck, the next time you see this, we're putting some of this stuff back on and it looks all pretty. So, alright. Thanks for watching. And just remember, ShopRex always says, safety first.